It's the clash of the Titans in the round of 16 in the 2026 FIFA World Cup as heavyweights meets in that game, and that's going to be Argentina against Egypt when Lionel Messi meets Mo Salah in the 2026 FIFA World Cup round of 16. The defending champions Argentines survived the scare against debutant Cabo Verde in that round of 32 encounter after the Cabo Verdeans matched them, scoring and getting equalizer, till Diony Bocci's on goal, which helped Argentina to succeed by going through into the round of 16. So on their way is a fellow African side, the Pharaohs of Egypt, who are making an appearance in the round of 16 of the World Cup for the first time in their history. Of course, in the entire history of Egypt, they've never even went beyond the group stages till this World Cup since 1934. And of course, after 1990, 2018, this time around in a group with the likes of Belgium, Iran, and New Zealand, Hussam Hassan's team survived the scare by making it beyond the group stages. And of course, on their way to the round of 16, they met Australia in a drawn game after scoring first, where the Australians equalized. And of course, the game needed to be pushed through 120 minutes and of course to the final penalty shootout, where the winner was absolutely going to be decided. And of course, the Egyptians had an 100% record during the post-match penalty, scored all, and that was good enough to ensure that they come face-to-face with Argentina. They are meeting an Argentine side that has won 10 of their last 12 knockout games, of which 6 have been through penalty shootouts. And of course, only 4 have not been through penalty shootouts. So this is where the Egyptians need to psych themselves, because they are meeting a team that is also wounded, that is also very good when it comes to post-penalty shootouts in the history of the World Cup. So that tells you the Argentines are really prepared. Coach Lionel Scaloni is unrelenting. He's marching on. After taking off the Argentine side, he made sure they won the World Cup. They won the 2 Copa America. And of course, they are marching on to defending the title. If they are able to survive the scare of Egypt, on their way could be either Switzerland or Colombia. And I think if the Argentine team is able to survive the Egyptian scare, it's likely they might end up in the semi-final again, which is probably going to be another feat for Coach Lionel Scaloni and his side. Lionel Messi has scored in all the games he scored in this World Cup. And of course, it has been absolutely brilliant. And the Argentines, from the last World Cup, if you take a look at what happened after losing against Saudi Arabia, they've won all their games. They defeated Mexico, they defeated Poland, defeated Australia, they defeated Netherlands in the quarterfinals, and of course they beat Croatia by 3-0 before playing a 3-3 draw in the final against the French team, and of course won the game on post-match penalties to win the World Cup. And of course, if you take a look at what happened in this World Cup also, they won their first game against Algeria by 3-0. They won against Austria by 2-0. They won against Jordan by 3-1, and of course in that game against Cabo Verde, they won by 3-2. So what it means is, on the average, the Argentines do not score not less than 2 goals in each of the games that they played in this World Cup. This is a very scary result for the Egyptians. They need to up their game. Quite some couple of injury concerns. Karim Hafez was substituted in the game against Australia, and of course that was the reason why the coach decided to bring Hussam and then shifted to a back three that led Mahmoud Hassan Trezeguet to be playing as a wing back. And of course Ahmed Fatou is also lingering with a thigh injury, and you can talk about Mohamed Abdul Monim, the Nice defender, who is also suffering from a groin injury since the second group game in the 2026 World Cup. So these are some couple of injury concerns for the Egyptian team. But for Argentines, they don't have any injury concern. The likes of Nahuel Molina, Facundo Medina, Cristian Romero, you can talk about Martinez, all the guys are around, Endo Fernandez, Rodrigo De Paul deep in midfield, Alexis McAllister, Julian Alvarez. You can talk about the likes of Lionel Messi, Giuliano Simeone, all of the guys are around. So the Argentines are having huge squad who are all around, and it's a game that this is going to be the first time they are meeting in a competitive game. They played just one friendly between them, which was 2008, when Sergio Leone, Kun Aguero, and Nicolas Berizzo scored the 2 goals that ensured Argentines defeated Egypt by 2-0. The Argentines have never met Egypt in a competitive fixture like this. So this is going to be the first time when Mo Salah meets Lionel Messi. I saw some couple of tactical changes made by Coach Osama Hassan in the last game against Australia, and of course that did really help when he introduced Hassan, the winger of Real Oviedo. He kept up improving the team of the Egyptians. Then that led them to being pressuring the Australian. And of course, when Abdul Karim, the young Barca teenager, also came on board, they kept up piling up the pressure. But within this game, I think the Egyptians need to man up their midfield because they are coming face to face with a technically and of course strong Argentine midfield. A midfield that included Enzo Fernandez, Rodrigo De Paul, Alexis McAllister. It's going to be very, very resolute. So the likes of Marwan Atia, Hamdi Fati, and of course Imam Ashu must make sure they need to up their game to match up the Argentine midfield. And this is where they can secure the deal. And they need to be very clinical when the chances comes. They need to be very, very clinical. I remember in the game against Australia, Omar Marmoush had a clear chance to put the Egyptians ahead, even at a point when it was 1-1. So he needed to put the Egyptians ahead, but he failed to score. So games like this, you will not get too much of chances. So when the chances come, you make sure you bury the chances and, of course, put pressure on your opponent to secure your chances of going through. But it's a game of quite difficult one for me, I think, for the Egyptians. I think I see the Argentines starting as favorites, and especially they have the history. That notwithstanding, this is a World Cup of history of which some couple of sides have been turning up, and we've seen how Norway dismantled Brazil, and of course, we saw how some couple of surprises also came in this World Cup. Even Cabo Verde gave us some couple of brilliant performances. And of course, the Argentines will attest to the fact that coming face to face with another African side, what it means is if Egypt is able to beat Argentina, that will be the first time we will see two African teams in the quarterfinals of the World Cup. It's absolutely unprecedented. Already, we've seen a country qualifying back-to-back World Cup quarterfinals, and that is Morocco, when they did it by reaching the semi-final in the last time out in the Qatar 2022. This time around, they've also reached the quarterfinals, of which they are scheduled to meet France. So, should Egypt be able to beat Argentina, it would be another big boost for Africa continents in the 2026 World Cup, and that will be for the first time seeing two African nations in the last 8. Let's see what happens. But honestly, I see the Argentines starting as favorites, even though a difficult one when Mo Salah and Lionel Messi meets. But I think I see the Argentine team starting as favorites in the round of 16 in the 2026 FIFA World Cup in Mexico, Canada, and then USA. This has been the podcast channel with Awa. Thank you.